Good morning, good morning. Welcome to today's live session, London trading with Harmonic Scanner and pitchforks. Let's get started. Share screen. And the dog's just decided to start to whine. Sorry about that. Okay, check the news. Let's have a look. What's happening today? 23rd. New Zealand dollar. Oh, euro has just happened. So we should avoid that for an hour either side. Some people, Les, I think, often trades when he's on Forex straight up until the news, doesn't let it bother him. I do sometimes agree with that. I'm not particularly fussed sometimes. I don't stop sometimes an hour before, but we've got euro just happening in 20 minutes again. So 3 lots of euro, German and French, and then USD. So something across every session. 3:45 p.m. some USD. Okay, so that will affect what we look at. Just let me look quickly at the scanner. You can use any of these brokers. We've got a new Euro Eurnzd just started there. We don't draw it until that's 291, so super duper scan. We don't draw that until it's moved 20 pips off the D point to make sure the D point's solidified. I'm just going to make a note there's a new scan to draw. Just let that do its thing and we'll avoid the news. USD CAD as well. A new scan, and that looks big enough. Same sort of thing, 220, and that looks like it's moving off anyway. New York session pair, so we're just done its 20 pips. So that's a nice sell scan there, but bear in mind when it's in session, you've got your USD news. And NZD USD, I don't trade this one much myself at all. I don't trade so many pairs these days. So C to D 203. There is another nice one for a cross Forex pair. That's a buy scan. So some quite nice ones. And USD, I'm not going to bother with that. Pop down to see if there's a Euro USD on the 30 minutes. That looks too small. NZD CAD. I don't trade this one, so 161 pips. I'll write it down because I might do it and put it in the group. And that has moved off enough. I'll just make a note that's on the M30. Right, so that's everything on there. Euro JPY, that's small. And let's see how many pips. Too small, we like a minimum of 80. And tiny one there. So, and anything on the H4, there's a GBP USD. Just see how many pips that is. That's 218, so that's worth drawing on the H4 time frame, except it hasn't dropped straight off the D point, but it has come out of it now. So I'm going to make a note of that. We'll go over and look at GBP USD now. That's H4. Let's see whether it's in a different scan. I've got it moved into a purple one. Move that down a bit. And I'll bring that one up. And this is from oh, which one's that from? From in there. It's quite a busy little area. C to D, it's still on the points. That's why I wanted to check it to make sure it hadn't glitched. That's why we like to lock them on. And that's from February. So if anyone wants that scan, let me know. Massive bankers movement there, isn't it? That Bart Simpson head.
I'd like that scan, Sarah, if possible. I like this pair. It's quite
yeah.
possible.
Okay, let me just grab it.
Thank you.
It'll be probably just get I had to go back. There it is. So you've got X. I'll send you the picture and just see if I can make that bit bigger for you.
Just give me access to your TradingView account and I'll go and write them all down.
Yeah, okay then. Actually, I'll tell you what I can do. It's on, I'll put sharing on. Everyone with a link can view and copy. So I think that means.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know. So I can't remember how to do it though. Do I just send you the screen grab or do I send you the TradingView link up there, do you think? I'll do both then, shall I?
Yeah, let's see what works.
Yeah, I've forgotten. So
Brilliant.
I'll just put that in the chat. And back here. There we are. Right. Do it. There we are. Come to the 1 minute. So it's come back into the extensions. It's under the 62 EMA. It's not doing anything at the moment because we've got the quarter theory rejections saying sell. We've got the 62 saying buy, and then we've got all these rejections off the pitchfork. So it is literally now, after that huge move back down, resting in this area. It is obviously on a downward momentum, as you can see here from the open of the market. So it's dropped, even in Tokyo, it's dropped over 50 pips, which is quite a move. And you could put on a trend line to help you see this, which confirms to you, always try and anchor that somewhere. You could anchor it there, you could anchor it here, but that shows you the downward momentum. I usually put that in green, but because I've got that, I'm going to put it in white. That's how Chance does them, and I do keep meaning to change them to white, but I've just got so used to doing them in green. I know they look the same as the pitchforks. So what we're looking for on this, let's see what that gap is. Have to have a little bit more than, just a little bit more to cover you on that. In fact, you want about 2 pips over to cover your quarter theory, really. And that's what we want to see there. But we don't want to do anything till that moves along. 62 comes out down here. You don't want to get caught in this because it's only about your channel trading in a range of consolidation, only about 10 pips. And it's already done quite a big move here at 7 o'clock your time. So that's interesting why it's done another move. So that's because of that big Mancos move before. So that's GBP USD. And let's move. So I'm not, shall I put an alert on? I'll put an alert on. Let's see what happens there. GN, I always feel guilty when we look at this now, when we're on one of our lives. I feel I'm doing bad things, but I do like to look at it. Occasionally I do like to trade it, and I've never really particularly feared it until Chance said, everybody said, oh, don't trade it. I used to not like USD, JPY and GJ used to be the ones that used to catch me out. I suppose we all feel things that perhaps aren't there, and then it becomes a thought, and then you see what you think. So we've had an upward, got an upward trend, but it's just breaking it.
Hi, Sarah. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Fine. You?
Good, thank you.
Waiting for a sell, okay?
Oh, okay. It is such a wild pair, though. I'm not going to recommend we take it unless it's on demo or on these lives.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but we like to look at it. It's good teaching, good practice. So it's 50 over 100 pips, and then the new day yesterday didn't do a lot for GN, did it? There's a wick down. It's only ranged just over 50 to 100. And then that move there, which was that NZD news. Now, normally that spike to the sell. So normally price will retrace 50%. That's what Oren Wright used to teach, and it's retraced back to the quarter theory, which looks just over 50% on that news candle move, and coming back down again now. but we are out. These are the outer extensions, so I haven't got a scan for it if it carries on. If it carries on selling until it's down here, I haven't got anything new on that anyway. So I'm going to shut the end down. I've got Euro GBP coming up now. This one yesterday did do the 20 pips. And I felt that I'd made a bit of a mistake actually, because I thought I wasn't following. I thought I lacked attention, that I wasn't following the fact that you've got a New York reversal. So I thought, why on earth did I say I'd look for it down here? Because once it had done that, moved down to that 20 pips, it then of course went into the New York reversal and went for the buy. So I feel that's what I should have said on that one, rather than saying I would then look for it down here. And I thought afterwards, why on earth did I say that? So I think I lacked attention, I'm sorry. So Euro GBP all the way along the 62, doing absolutely nothing. And then carrying on with an upward move, which would fit with the GBPs going down. So we haven't got anything on this until it comes up to here. And the news hasn't done, that's not 10:29. The news didn't do anything to it. It's German and French news. So nothing on that. I'll put a marker up here. See what it does up here. And if you do want to look at the average daily range, you'll find it down here, bottom right. If I pull that up, I don't ever look at performance, but it gives you the 52-week range. This is what Nuno is talking about. And you've got the daily range here, and it tells you on the ticker whether it's generally buying or selling. So obviously green for buy and red for sell. And we look on that on our HFX as well when we're looking at what Les and Sean are doing. So you can see here it's just up at its 217 at the moment, just up there. And then the lowest was 9.9178 at the moment. So that's your daily range and then your weekly range. And it's generally on the buying side over the year. In case you want to look at that.
That means that the market is overbought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it's overbought. It's going for a sell sometime today.
So overbought up here, as Nuno said, which we use on our divergence and our CMF on the HFX strategy. Overbought and oversold. We don't use this down here on this strategy specifically here, but if you hear us mention ADR, average daily range, that's what we are talking about. So that's Euro GBP. I'm going to shut that one down. GA, that is not doing very much at the moment, just ranging up here. I'll go to the 15-minute. This was the shark. So I'm just going to go back and check. That
like I said yesterday, you want to go up, okay?
And it went up. Yes, I thought that as well, because I had it marked down here, and then sure enough, it went back up to the second entry, the original entry, and then took off there. So I'll just check the scanner on GA. It was that one. No, that's the cipher. Sure, where was the shark? That's interesting. Gone, is it? Ah,
Sarah.
yeah.
So GA, probably. it will go to 1.79500.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the next point that the market will go.
Okay.
Okay, so don't trust the scan. So the chart it go up until the particular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That was a shark, an old shark that we had, but you can see it dropped off the end. But I can't find this new one that we drew yesterday. That's what's puzzling me. I just wanted to check that D point on it, but it's disappeared, hasn't it? Yeah, interesting. I'm not going to look anymore. I can't see it. So that doesn't seem to be on the scanner anymore. Yeah, it hasn't particularly failed. It's still in the outer extensions, even if the D point moved. So I don't know what anyone else thinks about that. Because I do trade GA. I think I'm going to leave it. I think I'm going to leave it at the moment. So 1.79500. So up to, it is a fast pair, 10 out of 10. That's that quarter theory point up there. So another 100 pips, which GA can give you. So you can see yesterday it moved 50. It did 100, nearly 100 by the time it opens on Tokyo this morning. And it's done another 50 and then down 50 at the moment. So I don't know if I've got another scan that might be better on it. I'll leave those marks on at the minute. I've got one down here. Which I'll put on. It's just pipped off that one there, wicked off this white one. So I'm going to take down the settings on that shark. And I'm going to look at the see where that is. Just fade that out. So I've got a scan there, which is from, this is a sell scan. Oh, that's a big one. That's a second pitchfork. So let me put on the green one. So that's from the 22nd of July. 374. That might be. I might have to put it in white. I've got too many lines. I'm going to put it in white because I can't, too many lines. I can't see what I'm doing. Right. just get rid of this. I think I'll get rid of all those markups. I might rethink that scan, and I just want to hide some of this, otherwise we can't see what we're doing. That looks a bit cleaner. Whoops, I forgot to mute our little friends. That's that one. Right, okay, so let's clean that up. Let me take that one down. And that one. Okay, so I've got it in this old scan, which looks better to me. Again, ask me if you want any of these old scans. And I've got 93 pips. It's a big scan, so that means we can take a quarter theory trade. So we've got the 62 saying buy, and it's just crossing some old pitchforks there, some outer extensions. So I'm going to put an alert up here. I've got an upward trend. What did it do in Tokyo? It went up. So it might have finished its upward move. It did 50, did over 100. So it might have I got a, that looks like about 50% line. It's just rejected off an old pitchfork. I can see faintly in the background a little green one. So it might have finished its move, because that looks like a 50% fib there. And these are outer extensions here. So it might be coming back down, because it's...
You are correct.
Coming down, yeah.
It's at the top of the ADR, so it will go down.
Right, okay, so let's mark it that way round then. Very big scan. Doesn't really cover us on anything. And that pitchfork would be right bang in the sort of the take stop profit area. So not an ideal setup anyway. I think we'll leave that one at the moment. I'll just see what that fib says, but I'm sure it's only about 50%. Yeah, just on the 50. So we'll leave that markup, see what it does. So that's GA. GCAD. Has fallen out of that scan and has moved into this one. I'll turn it to green. It's just coming into, so all those rejections of quarter theory, and it's under the 62, it's coming into here, so there's a nice entry area potentially there. And that scan is from the 18th of August, that one. So we'll put an alert on this one. GCAD, you want 15, one of our fast pairs. And then a nice take profit area down there. We just have a look at what it's done before in that area. When was it last there? So that was back 15th of September, the last area of resistance. So it's already, as it come down, it's already, excuse me, it's already past that one. And then there's another line along here, quite a lot there, down at 1.68500. So we don't want to get involved in this. I've made that mistake before too, because it can just get you trapped in that area. You want to see it clear. The pitchfork and the quarter theory, it's a very nice potential entry point. Once that 62 comes into that zone, you've then got your 3 confirmations. You'll have a pitchfork touch, the break and the retest, and then quarter theory and the inner Fibonacci protecting you against being taken out, and then you've got the outer one there. So I'm going to put a nice little alert there. And we'll see what happens. Oh, I've got someone at the door. I think I'll ignore it, because if it's the postman, they'll put a note through. Sorry about that. I can't think who else it'll be. I haven't ordered anything. Right, so that's GCAD. Wait for that alert. EuroCAD. So EuroCAD, I've got it in this bigger scan up here. Which dates back, that's the second pitchfork from June. And we've got an upward trend here. Quite a nice lot of touches there, but it is now under the 62. It's a big scan, I think, isn't it? We've got 85, but again, I'm not sure that's going to carry on up, because it's already made a move up in Tokyo to that quarter theory point, rejected off there, and you can see it is now under the 62, although it has crossed, so the 62 staying by, but it's curling round on us. And when was that? There was that news, sort of a spike to the downside. So it's just retested the 15 minutes. So we want to see if it carries on up there. So I'm not sure about this one. In theory, it's still going up. And if it goes up to there, go on then, I'll put a trend line up here and then see if it's already rejected off there. That's what I'm thinking, that it wants to come down now. So I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, yeah, it's
I think it's consolidating.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you for that. And let's put that. Yeah, it's not doing very much at all, is it? So that's EuroCAD, Eurnzd. Get some coffee. See what this scan is behind here. All those rejections off that pitchfork above the 62, an upward trend. See where that scan is. It's come out of that one, which we drew. And let me just find the one it's in. So it's now coming back into this one, 28th of August. Massive scan there. So the bigger the scan, the stronger they are. 577. That gives us 163. So it went down there. Okay, so that's definitely coming back up into that big scan. So let's have a look at marking that one up.
I think it probably will go down. Probably will touch the quarter theory, the 1.77500, and will go down.
Right, okay, because I was just looking at it as it's such a big scan, wondering if we had a trade here at this point up to there. But it's just moving up now because it had all these rejections off here.
Yeah, because right now the market it's above the ADR, so it's over bottom.
Right.
So, like I said, I think it will touch the quarter theory.
But it's a fast pair, isn't it? So that's only 20 pips away from where price is at the moment. It does look like that's what it wants to do. Although,
yeah, I think the 50, 1, 2, 3 pitches, 4, I guess.
Yeah, it's broken that upward trend, hasn't it? There's the touches, you can have touches either side, but it's definitely stalling out along here, although it's rejecting. So again, it's a period of consolidation, but it is still on the buy side. It has done a 10. We've had pitchfork touches, lots of rejections. So it said here it's above the 62. So that's we've definitely had the pitchfork touch, one confirmation, and then break and retest. It said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Please buy me.
I think he's trapping buyers.
Yeah. So it's definitely still buying.
Like I said, if you go to the quarter zero and then boom, you go down.
Yeah. Just had a double top there, so it's just leveled off there.
It's the let me see.
Because all these are the same. It's leveled off there, and then so there's some ceilings here.
Yeah, but the second swing high, it's lower, so
Yeah.
it's not past that level. So let's say
It's not best what?
it's not to break the previous high.
Oh, I see what you mean. No, because Chance says if they're similar like this, you count them as one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that is not a lower high or anything. He's saying that's the same. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because one minute.
They look the same, don't they? They're level. So, and here it is going up. So I don't know if anyone did anything with that. It's probably moved a little far off for me to take it even on demo. Suppose I could just EN. It's that one there. Let's see it on here now. There.
Yeah, I had a setup for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So EN.
I need to see the 1 minute more often.
Modify. So stop loss is going to be 15 pips below 1 point because it's a fast pair. 7.7 from price 77376. So that's 226 226. That's 15 pips below. We'll just see what that does. So and I came in very late. Remember?
Yeah, we are very late for it.
Yeah, yeah. Right, okay, so that's EN. What am I going to look at next? GCAD, GA, Euro, GB, GN, GU, EN, USD, JPY, Euro, JPY. We had the Japanese bank holiday earlier in the week. So that's in these extensions coming on up. Let's look on the 15-minute. That recent scan from the 17th of September. So it's not a failed scan because it's still in the outer extensions. And that looks like you can see that level along there, that it's bottomed out. So it looks like it wants to come back up into the scan now, which I hope it does because I haven't got any other scans in this area. I've got very little on this one because this was the one I wiped out by mistake.
Yes, we will go up.
Sorry, over?
On Euro GPY?
Yeah?
We will go up.
Go up?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see how to mark this one up. So we've got the 62 crossing. That looks a bit, make that a bit thicker. 62 coming up strongly to cross it for a buy. If you look at your trade sheet, you must use your trade sheet. And we've got the pitchfork touch. We haven't had a we haven't had the retest on this, so I'd like to see it come back at 6.9 before getting into this one.
Yeah, the next point of interest is the quarter theory at 124.
Okay, so it might only give us 15 pips then, but that's what I'd be looking for. So number 1, pitchfork touch, mandatory, correct. Number 2, we want the break and the retest. If we get that and then it curls round for the buy, we can get into that. And number 3, confirmation, the 62 crossing the 15-minute, and that's at a very nice position at that pitchfork. So that would give us, the only thing we haven't got obviously is my favourite, which is the quarter theory anywhere down there. But that is Euro JPY. Quite a lot of stalling out on these pairs, aren't there? Because I'm not getting very clean lines on the upward trend. You could draw it sort of quite far out like that. Okay, so that's Euro JPY. GJ. Lot of nothingness. That may be the Japanese bank holiday that we've just had. Come out to the 15 minutes and I've got no scan in this area. So it literally for days, 10th of September, so that's 2 weeks, it's just ranged on that 50 pips. But it's been pushed solidly down since the 7th of September and is still in a strong downward momentum. That's on the 15-minute. But I've got no scan on it until it drops another, if it's going to, 50, 100, 152, 250 pips down to that area. So I've got nothing tradable at the moment. I'm not even going to bring that up. Let me just see if it looks like it might turn. So it had that line of resistance down there from June at 131, 132, quarter theory at 132 down there. So it might want to go another 100 pips to pick up any liquidity left down there. That might be what it's doing, because that is still in a strong downward trend, as you can see. And those are the previous lines of where bankers' stop losses and money is, right down there. And it doesn't look like it's turning anytime soon. So, but I've got nothing I can mark up on it. I've got no scan. 132 is down here. So I'll put a ray on there just to remind myself that what I was talking about. Just put it there. And remind myself with a little note. Just put that, see if that's what it does before it turns. All good practice to make sure we know what we're doing and gives you confidence on your back testing. So that's GBP JPY. AUD CAD. Let's move on to USD CAD. We've got the news in the afternoon. Let's look at AUD CAD. Nice steady pair. So I don't know if anyone's taken any trades this morning. Again, a slower pair. The whole of Tokyo, it's only done, what, about 20 pips or so. That's 16. So let me just, from there. $25 pips. So that's now, okay, so this is selling. So a very nice area there. If you in fact, this would be the point to get in on this. Trend line. Don't get in while it's above the 62, because that's pushing it up, and it could decide it's not going to do what we want it to do. We take profit area down at about 25 pips. But you have got that line there where it's stalled out. So it just gives us our 10 pips there. So we've got the downward momentum, we've had the pitchfork touch, we've had a break and a retest virtually back to the 62 and again, but it could be stalling out. So keep an eye on that. That's on the 15-minute. And it is a New York Asian pair. So where have we had it down at this area before? And there's that D point on the scan. So that's the 11th of September. So it didn't make a lot of indent into that scan yet. So it is a sell scan from the 11th of September. Stalling out at the moment, so you might get that move in New York on that one for a sell off that current scan. So where am I going to put my trend line? I'll do that for the moment and I'll check it afterwards. Just put an alert on that. And let's see what that does. That seems to be moving up again now. I'm just wondering, because it's quite a slow pair, so I'm thinking, does it want to come up and touch that 15-minute? But it's not that fast a pair. So and then it's got this trap here. So we'll see what that does. It's not moving in the right direction for us at the moment. So that's AUD CAD. We're just running out of time. I'll do one more AUD USD. Haven't looked at that one for a while. See if this So that's just consolidating, coming up to that point there. It has been selling. So it did a break and a retest there, but it failed to take off. There's a channel there. So just see where that scan is. It's right outside that current one. And I think it's come out of that one as well now. Where's that scan? Has anyone got any questions? Hang on, what's that? It's a horizontal ray. Remove that. It's this one I want. Is that another line? Settings. It's another horizontal ray. Must be from it being a shark. Remove that. Oops. Moved the wrong thing. That's it. I don't think I've got a scan on this at the moment. No scan on HourGlass. I'm going to stop the share then because we're out of time. So this market seems quite slow today to me. So let me stop share. Something in the chat. When you say it's not doing very much, does that relate to the chart with pitchforks? Or the trend the currency pair is in? When I say it's not doing very much, I mean, like Nuno said, it's consolidating. It's just what we call ranging. Doesn't seem to be doing very much. It's just either in one of those price traps between quarter theory and a pitchfork, or it's between the 62 EMA and the 15-minute one. Okay. How does the Harmonic scanner select and delete scans that they show? Do you know, Sarah? Just trying to understand. Well, I'm a bit puzzled that that one has disappeared. The shark that we were looking at earlier, I've forgotten which one it was now, because I can't see why it's disappeared. It looked like it's solid. It was up in the extensions, but it's no longer on the scanner. So that's a puzzle to me. So now I'm in a quandary. So I'm not 100% certain whether to leave it or delete it. I'm mulling it over. So sometimes I don't find it that clear. But I suppose that if in doubt, don't use it, because there'll always be other scans coming along, or I might mark the pitchfork up in a different color to remind me that I need to say time has moved on. I'll look and see if price to the pip has respected that pitchfork off a scan I'm not sure about, and therefore that makes it, it validates it. So, but if the scanner has lost the scan, then generally I will delete it. But the one we looked at earlier, sorry, forgotten which one, it was one of the earlier ones. I'm not quite sure what to do with that one at the moment, because it looked okay to me, and I don't understand why it's gone off the scanner.
Alert from Google Chrome to BBC.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So would you suggest selecting 2, 4, 6 pairs to concentrate on with the strategy and trade them on demo, and get the big scans from you to put in our trading view to build a history? If so, which ones would you suggest? No, that's a great question. I don't mind answering that now. So what Chance says, everything I say is taken from him. He says, yes, you can concentrate just on 2 pairs, say, for example, USD JPY, GBP JPY, and follow them through the week. Les used to do that very successfully. He once said to me, I've done 163 pips this week, just following GBP USD up and down. So that's one way to practice. It's you know, it's not a bad strategy at all. And obviously trade them on demo. Chance says take 100 demo trades. He did his all in one day, lost 70% of them, sat and worked out why, and then sort of got, you know, better and better. So and that's how I've done it. I've just taken thousands of trades I've just kept pressing the button, kept looking, kept talking, kept listening to sessions. And someone once said, well, how come you're so confident? Well, I'm not always that confident. Sometimes I get it brilliantly right, and sometimes, like, I apologize for that move yesterday. I thought, why on earth did I say to them, then look further down as well, when normally I talk about the New York reversal? So I thought, well, I don't want to confuse people, I better say I lacked a bit of attention there. You know, it happens to us all. I thought that was a stupid thing to say. So doing your demo teaches you, you know, if you don't want to go straight to a live account, because you may as well, you know, just tear your money up, really. You do need to practice on demo, and that's why I still love marking up now, because that to me is back testing. I then have a look and think, like, I looked at the trades we were talking about yesterday and thought, well, did they play out the way I thought they would, or didn't they? And if they didn't, why not? Because it's all there in the charts for us. So yes, you can pick a couple of pairs, and big scans. All I'm saying about big scans is the bigger the better. We get very few scans on the Swiss pairs, for example, the CHF pairs, but there is a massive one from quite a long time ago that's like 550 pips. That will still be valid and tradable when price moves back into that scan. The bigger the scan, the more strong it is. Although obviously the current scan always takes precedence, but that's the point of this strategy. The older scans are still valid and tradable, but when I am looking and saying to you, oh, let's just have a look at which scan we're trading off, it's because I am looking to check as well that I haven't not had the padlock on. I think recently I had one where I said, oh my God, it's glitched right off it. You know, the lines have glitched off it, or trading views glitched, or whatever. You don't have to copy the big scans off me. If you go onto the Pitchforks group and type in the search bar whichever pair you want, and I'll give you some recommendations on pairs, it'll bring up till the end of June. There'll be about 5, 10, 15 pairs where scans for each pair, where they are all in that group. I'm a bit behind at the moment, and also when I've got time, I keep meaning to go back and do June. Just takes me ages to scroll back, because I didn't think about tagging the pair when every time I put the scan on. I don't know why I didn't. So there is a library in there, but you'll find some in there. As to which pairs, well, if you're trading London, which is the biggest session in the world, which is our favourite, then you want anything that is GBP, Euro, EUR, and CHF, which is the Swiss franc. Those are your 3 London session pairs. So if you're trading New York, look for anything that's USD, CAD, Canadian dollar, and anything on Asian. If you're trading Asian, would be your NZD, AUD, and JPY. So normally I always start with the logic of which session am I in, and looking at those pairs that are in session. That to me makes sense. I prefer Forex majors. There's 7 Forex majors to Forex crosses. And that's partly because I'm still trading on CTrader, and Forex crosses only give me 1 to 20 leverage, but I get 1 to 30 leverage on the Forex majors. As Bab said, she likes GBP USD. Well, you know, who wouldn't? That's a major pair. So a nice, fabulous one to trade. Euro USD is 1-to-1, and it is the biggest single traded pair. So that's a really good one. I like the fast pairs. We are wary of GN. It depends on your trading style, because if you're learning something like HourGlass, there is a currency pairs speed file in the Pitchforks group from 1 to 10. So for new people to the strategy, stick with the steady Eddy ones in the middle, which will be like your HourGlass. Other steady ones would be you've got these are ranging between 4 and 6, or JPY, CAD JPY, Chef JPY, not one I ever trade, that one. Euro USD actually is a 5 out of 10. GBP USD is a bit faster. I've got that at 7 out of 10. Very, very slow. It would bore me to death. I couldn't possibly ever trade them. Or NZD CAD and NZD USD are only a 2 out of 10. And NZD Chef, as you can imagine, New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc trades at a 2 out of 10. You wouldn't catch me ever trading any of those three. I would die of boredom. Or USD as well is only a 2 out of 10. CAD Chef is a 1 out of 10. So again, tortuously slow. USD Chef is a 2 out of 10. That might be quite a nice one to look at. And USD CAD is a 5. Euro GBP is about a 5 to 6. So stick with the sort of slower ones. These fast ones can catch you out, which are the 5 I've told you: EN, EA, GA, GCAD, and GN are the 5. So definitely trade on demo. Concentrating on pairs, I would look at session pairs. I would look at solid, good tradable ones, bearing in mind the news. So my favorites would be, I like Euro GBP because I've got bank accounts in both countries, so I do like to look at that. It is a bit slower. Euro USD, GBP USD, and maybe GJ or GJ for London, or USD JPY. I quite like USD CAD, but my preference, as everyone knows, is the faster pairs just in the London session, and one or two trades and I'm done. I mean, Chance has got to the stage where he's only going for 50 pips a day, but he's got like this most enormous account now, 5 years down the line. So that's it. I hope that's helpful.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to stop the recording.